Whether you like the album or not, there's so many things any producer can learn from Drake's Honestly Nevermind. In today's video, we're going to take a closer look at this style of production and see what we can take from it. The first area I want to cover is the drums. If we take it all the way back to the 80s, when house music began, you could hear the Roland TR-909 drum machine used on almost every track. Its hard dumping kicks, mixed with its real acoustic hi-hat samples, would make for a sound that was unheard of and would take the world by storm. Now, to better match the beats on Drake's album, we're not going to use sounds directly from the TR-909, we are going to make sure we use a thumpy kick and some real acoustic hi-hat samples to get the same feeling. For the kick, we have a basic 4 on the floor pattern with some extra low velocity notes to help add to the swing. If you listen to Text Go Green by Drake, you can hear that when the main hi-hat comes in, there's a delay on it, so I used a fruited delay to recreate this trick. One of the other hi-hats is a simple 4-step pattern to follow the kick. One is an open hat, and one is being used as a very simple fill at the end of the loop. Now we're moving on to the thing that really stood out to me on Drake's album, melodic percussion. Massive, one of the standout tracks, has a soft synth bell that repeats the same note throughout the whole song. So to replicate this, I grabbed a one shot from my upcoming Layers Volume 2 kit and I laid down this very simple pattern. Continuing on from that, a lot of the songs on Honestly Nevermind have vocal chops scattered throughout. Whilst they're still somewhat melodic, they're more so used to add bounce to the tracks, and this is sticking true to the roots of house music. In 1980, the a cappella from Lolita Holloway's Love Sensation was sampled and remixed over 300 times by Chicago DJs, turning it into one of the most iconic vocals ever. Drake carried on that tradition of sampling vocals in house music, so I knew we had to do that on our beat as well. I found a short vocal loop from Splice and chopped one small part from it to use. To that, I added a reverb, a delay which has a different time setting to the one I added to the hi-hats. This is a massive key to creating swing. And finally, a pan man. Next, probably the most important part for Drake is the chords and melodies that will be laying underneath his vocals. And once again, this side of the production stuck very true to the roots of house music. Right on Time by Black Box is one of the many songs that sampled Lolita Holloway's Love Sensation. Those bouncy melodic pianos are essential to the house sound, so I laid down these chords. I used a kind of cheap piano sound because I didn't want something that was super vintage and realistic. I added some reverb to make the piano feel big, and EQ filtering out a lot of the frequencies. I'm going to show a cool trick with this later, so make sure to watch the whole video. A fruity delay, and some pretty heavy compression. I know a lot of you guys are sample makers that make R&B and hip hop. You might not want to make house melodies and beats, but I think something anyone can take from this genre of music is to create bounce with every element of your music. When I think of 40 and Drake, I think of ambient pads, and this album is no exception. So to start with, I grabbed this one shot from Layers Volume 2. That just has a reverb, a fruity delay, and an EQ. I then added another one shot from Layers Volume 2. The basses used on Honestly Nevermind are quite varied. Tracks like Currents use a guitar bass, whereas tracks like Falling Back use a typical 80s synth bass, something you might hear from a Yamaha DX7. So I opened up the DX7 VST from Arturia and chose the rebound bass preset. That just has a little micro shift on it. Now we have all the elements of the beat. I want to finish up by doing some arrangement. Arranging these types of beats is different to what we're normally used to, but there's definitely things we can learn from it. Lots of the songs on the album start with the drums straight away. So I've done exactly that, starting with a 4-bar loop of just the drums. Then for the next 16 bars, I've taken the drums out and we've only got the melodies playing. And I also have this sweep down effect. This helps signify a specific section of the beat. After that, for the next 16 bars, I've brought the drums back in, again to progress the beat. Next, we have the bridge / pre-hook. Like I mentioned earlier, I did a simple trick with the EQ. As you can see here, there's an automation clip for band 2 frequency. To create an automation clip for specific things inside VSTs, what you want to do is click whatever knob you want to use. Then if you go to Tools, Last Tweaked, the last button that you clicked will be available here to create an automation clip. We're slowly introducing the high-end frequencies, which is a great way to build into the hook section. I've also brought some of the drum sounds back in for the last 4 bars of the bridge, alongside this riser sound from my upcoming kit, Layers Volume 2. So what can anyone take from this style of production? 1. Melodic percussion, some filtered tonal perks in an R&B sample, or some percussive vocal chops in a super hard dark trap sample. 2. Create bounce with every sound. Rather than doing the simple 1 chord per bar, use these bouncy house chords to inspire you to use more creative progressions. 3. Structuring. Get more creative with how you structure your beats, whether it's starting with drums, filtering sounds and bringing them back in. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm just going to play the whole beat now and I'll see you in the next one.